Yes. Yeah. Yeah, good evening all. So before I start, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether the screen is visible or not?
Visible, sir.
Fine, thank you. So fine. So in the previous demo session, right, I just was giving introduction to Python. So why Python? It's a general purpose programming, multi-programming features, hybrid features we see for Python, like what all the features was we see in different other programmings. We see in Python, like procedural oriented, object oriented, scripting, and modular programming. It's a high level language, means it's easily understandable, human understandable, it's portable, and can run on all the hardwares and all the operating system, right? It is machine independent. It can run on all the hardwares and all the operating systems, right? Interpretation language. Python is an interpretation language which executes the code statement by statement, and user-friendly programming language and programmer-friendly, which provides simple syntaxes which looks like normal English statements, right? Yes. So in the last class, like I said, there are two types of languages: low-level languages, like assembly level. So they are not human understandable, they are not portable, they are machine dependent, they cannot run on all the hardwares, they cannot run on all the operating systems. But high-level language like Python, right, is human understandable, portable, and machine independent, can run on all the hardwares and all the operating systems. So Python has taken the advantages or features from different programming languages, right? It has taken some advantages from one programming, some other some other advantages from other programming. In this way, from multiple programming languages, it has taken the advantages combined together. We say it's like Python, like procedural oriented programming. Python has got the features of procedural oriented programming like C language, object oriented programming like C++, Java. It has got the features of scripting like shell script, and modular programming like Modular 3. So Python has got these features: scripting, object oriented, procedural oriented, and modular programming. So we can write many automation scripts today by using Python, right? Modular programming, because of this modular programming, you see like great boom for Python today. Python is providing nearly 89,300 inbuilt modules for different domains or various domains, right? Whatever domain you are from, Python is providing a module. So it has got modules for every domain, like separate modules you see for data science, nearly some 10 to 15 modules Python providing. For data science environment, for big data environment, it is providing separate modules. And for networking, separate modules, not only modules, a separate framework is providing for networking, for test cases, for operating systems. For databases like Oracle, MySQL, SQL Server, we have got modules like CX underscore Oracle, PyMySQL, PyODBC, right? We have got some modules Python provides to connect with the databases and perform all the operations, right? SQL operations. And for working with file formats, Excel files, CSV files, XML files, JSON files, PDF files, right? We can just, by writing Python statements, we can create those files: Excel files, PDF files, XML, JSON files. Just by writing Python statements, we can create the files with whatever name we specify at whatever location we provide. And later we can insert data into that files. We can retrieve data from that file. We can perform many all file related operations, right? And for mathematical operations, math module. For statistics, we have got many modules available for it. And for graphs, for generating any graph, right? For normal graph, bar graph, histogram, scatter plot, stack plot, right? Any types of graphs. Yes. Fine. Yes. Okay, fine. So for any types of graphs, okay, we have got thousands of models Python is providing for different environments, right? Yes. So Python real-time applications, what kind of applications we can? Yeah, for the general queries, I'll be giving time for you at the end of the session, right? Yes. Kiran CH, yes. Yeah, Python real-time applications. What kind of applications we can develop today by using Python? Like web applications, mostly we can develop today using Python. A lot of web applications, right? Using Python, providing frameworks like Django framework, Flask framework, Pyramid framework, Turbo Gear framework. Many frameworks Python has, but among all, Django framework is the most famous framework, mostly used for web applications creations using Python. You may get a query from last 20-25 years, right? Java.NET are used for developing web applications. Why again Python required? Means at a rapid speed we can develop a web application using this framework like Django framework, where we no need to perform, we don't need to write huge tasks, huge coding is not required. So everything is predefined within that framework. It has got its own database also, like SQLite 3. It has got its own server, right? If you want to connect to any other server, yes, we can perform it. And Python mostly used for automation applications using technologies like data science, IoT, AWS or DevOps, right? Within this AWS, DevOps, IoT, robotics, where Python is used as an implementation language within this entire data science, machine learning, deep learning, right? And even IoT in robotics, right? We use Python scripting. So even I was saying there was a query asked, right, by one of you, right? So even Python is used for AWS or DevOps in writing automation scripts. So I was just saying, not only here, everywhere, like in the Python acts as a remedy to any problem, right? And I said in which comes to DevOps, right? The ultimate goal is to reduce the time taken by the DevOps lifecycle in improving its efficiency. So Python offers a kind of structural solution in terms of automating the tasks in each of the stages of the DevOps lifecycle, right? So the various stages like requirement gathering, system design, system implementation, system testing, system deployment, and system maintenance, right? So it's Python will act as one of the best scripting language with vast varieties of Python libraries for writing these scripts in the for the improved development life cycle. Okay, and that readable and automation scripts. And apart from that, in big data like Hadoop and Spark, right? Especially Spark, very high speed processing, huge data. We are just processing quick time, right? We have got technologies like Hadoop and Spark, Spark implementation in Scala and Python languages. So Spark with Python, like we call like PySpark, right? And for scientific applications and for numerical analysis, right? We are using models like NumPy, numerical Python, right? And NumPy we say, and CP module, right? And for GUI animations, so graphical user interface or animations, right? We got some modules like PyQt and TK Inter, right? Yes. And game development, we have got separate frameworks Python is providing for gaming side, like Pygame, PyCore are the two frameworks given by Python for game development. A lot of games are getting developed today. And PySoy, a 3D rendering library, right? Used for 3D games and scheduling, right? We have got Airflow, Python is providing like test cases. And for software developers make use of Python as a support language. And for business applications, right, a three-tiered application, Triton, right? And mostly in business applications, Python is chosen for developing e-commerce websites, right? Yes. And for business applications, and for web scraping data from different websites. Web scraping, we have got models like URL module, beautiful soup module is available for this web scraping. For audio video applications, right? And we have got some applications which already got developed, right? The most famous applications like Team Player, C Play, CAD applications for computer aided designing and 3D CAD applications, and for embedded applications, right? The most famous embedded application, Raspberry Pi, which uses Python scripting, right? Computer vision for object detection, color detection, and face detection, right? Like Python is preferred. And for data analysis, for robotics, we write many automation scripts. For desktop or single user applications, right? Yes. So these are some of the applications like where Python is preferred. And apart from that, who are using Python today, and top most applications built by using Python. So I was just giving a list of applications built by using Python, right? Who are using. Who are using Python today, and top most applications built by using Python. Google, right? Google is one of the best, greatest examples of Python web applications. And Google's first web crawling was written in Java. Later, it was so difficult that it was rewritten in Python, right? Yahoo for web search systems, YouTube for video sharing service, Python is preferred. Instagram built by using Python. So Instagram, the fourth video sharing, social media and networking platform, which was processed by Facebook, right? The prime reason for Instagram to opt for Python is its efficiency and its practicality, right? And this hybrid features of Python. NASA using Python, right, for its different features, multi-programming features and hybrid features, so it can be used accordingly in research and development activities. Uber using Python, Uber pricing algorithm implemented by using Python. Dropbox, Quora, Pinterest, if you observe this, Dropbox, Quora, Pinterest, Reddit, all this, they are built by using Python, right? Netflix uses Python for its security automation and for the subscription purpose, and BitTorrent, right, for the file sharing service. MMOG, massively multiplayer online games, right, uses Python. And Maya, a powerful 3D animation which uses Python script. And iRobot for military and commercial applications. And for hardware testing, companies like IBM, Seagate, Qualcomm, all this, they use Python for hardware testing. Okay, so the reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular, right? Very less coding we see in Python. Simple syntaxes look like normal English statements. Most of the programmers or developers are migrating towards Python because of its simple and easy syntaxes and very less coding of Python. Multi-programming features, what all the features we see in different other programmings, right? We see in Python. Object-oriented, procedural-oriented, scripting, and modular, right? Interactive mode. Interactive mode, right? Yes. We can easily interact with Python statement by statement. We can easily interact with Python statement by statement. So for every statement, Python is going to provide response, right? If you just observe here within this search panel, CMD, and type, right? Yes. Just to type Python and say enter. Python interpreter gets opened. So any valid statement, 6 plus 2, 3 into 7. X is 10. No need to define the data types. Directly we can say X as 10, Y as 4, X plus Y, X into 2, X to the power of 2, right? In this way, any valid statements you can just. Okay. Wide varieties of applications, right? Many types of applications, just I was briefing you about, and many built-in libraries we see. Many built-in libraries, 89,300 modules, which modules consist of some built-in functions, built-in classes. Yes, so these are the reasons which makes Python super popular, right? Yes. If anybody from non-programming background or zero programming, right, you can just observe how these Python statements look as compared with other programming. So there is no prerequisites for Python. Anybody can update with Python. There is no like you need to have the knowledge of C or Java. No, you can update with Python. The statements or the syntaxes of Python look simple. Fine. Python comparison. Python comparison with other programming, right? Python comparison with other programming. So I'll take a task and I'll try to implement the task in multiple programming languages. You can just observe how this Python code as compared with other languages, coding wise, complexity wise, length wise, you can check how this Python statements. Yes. Accepting two values from the user keyboard. And performing addition, right? Yes. Accepting two values from the user keyboard and performing addition. First two major programming languages I said, right? So the two major programming, Python and Java. First I write using Java, later I'll come back to Python. So you can just compare coding wise how their statements look, Java and Python using Java. So import java.io.start. Java. Class, everything we need to define within the class. Class sample, public static void main. Public static void main throws IO exception, right? Input stream reader. Buffer reader equal to new buffered reader. Input stream reader equal to new input stream reader. Buffered reader BR equal to new buffered reader of ISR. Right. System.out.println. This is the coding in Java, right? Enter the first number, right? So enter the first number taken as string type. Later we need to convert to integer type. Int I equal to integer dot parseInt. Integer dot parseInt for converting into integer parseInt of S1. So every statement ends with semicolon in Java. In Python, there is no concept of semicolon. Enter the second number. String s to br dot read line. Int j integer dot parse int of s2. Yes, finally say system.out.println, system.out.println, finally saying I plus j. Every statement should end with semicolon, right? Close this braces and close this braces. So just I'll copy this code to a separate. I'll just show you the execution in both Python and Java. You can just compare it, right? How this. So just I'm opening a notepad file, paste it, save it. So I'm creating a separate folder for this batch, right? I'm creating a folder Python 6 p.m. batch, right? Python 6 p.m. batch. So within this 6 p.m. I will be storing all these files, Python files here, sample.java. So just I'll take a minute in showing the execution in both Java and Python. If you go to this command prompt, cd slash cd Python 6 p.m. batch. Within that Java C compile sample.java, right? Yes. If any errors, it will display the errors, right? One error, new buffered reader. There is a typo in reader, right? REAA is missing. Okay, once again, you can just execute, right? Yes. No errors now, like Java sample. Now you can execute this Java sample. Enter first number 10, enter second number 20. The sum is 30, right? Yes. This is what the code in Java. I doesn't know like how many of you have understood this code. Miss, there doesn't look like normal English statements. You need to have some basic knowledge of Java. What is class? What is public static void main? What is input stream reader? What is buffered reader? What is like read line, integer dot parseInt? You need to have some knowledge, right? So statements looks little complex, right? And if you see the coding, you will see like 10 to 12 lines of code, right? The same task I'll try to write in Python with not more than 3 lines, right? And you can just observe the Python statements as compared with this. Directly I'll open the Python shell. This is the Python shell, right? Yes. File, new file. I want to write first x equal to input, enter value of x. Input, enter value of x. Input, enter value of y. Print x plus y. That's it. That is the coding in Python, right? So using input function, just I'm trying to input the value of x, y, input the value of y, print x plus y. That's it. That coding in Python. But here also in Python, whatever you are entering from the user keyboard taken as string, we are supposed to convert to int of we need to say. Just to typecast it. So before you are assigning to x, convert to integer and assign. Int of, right? Yes. Save it. So I'm just saving it in okay, here I'm saved it, right? Python 6 p.m. batch. Okay. I'm saving it as test1.py, any name.py extension, right? Yes. Run module. Enter value of x 10, enter value of y 20, sum is 30. That's it. Simple, right? See the statements of Python, they look like normal English statements. What you are performing in each statement, you will able to analyze it, right? You are inputting the value of x in the first line, inputting the value for y in second, print x plus 5, right? This is what, no need of all the unnecessary statements. Semicolons, curly braces, all those not part of this Python code, right? Okay, so this is what using Python. So this is how the coding of Python. I'll just provide you some more examples, right, to understand much more clear on this. If I'm taking some values, list of values, 30, 20, 10, 50, 40. So some taken some list of values. Print x prints the entire list. If I want to know the number of elements, len of x. If I want to know the max element in that, max of which list, x list, 50 it returns. Print min of x, min of which list, x list, 10 it returns. Print, I want the sum of all these 5 elements, 30 plus 20 plus 10 plus. No need to write codings as you do in other language, right? Iterating, initializing the sum value 0, one by one element getting added, finally returning the sum, right? No need to write this sum of x returns the sum of it. Just check this output, run module. Length is 5, max is 50, min is 10, sum is what? 150. If I want to arrange all these elements in a particular order, no need to write code, just say sorted of x. So in this way, these kind of functionalities you can see in every module. We have got many modules supported by Python. In this way, this kind of inbuilt functionalities you can see within this every module. Okay, sorted of x arranges all the elements in a particular order. Okay, it's printing in ascending order, arranging all the elements in a particular order, right? That is in ascending, right? But if you want in descending, we doesn't have any separate function, but same by using sorted only I can perform. Sorted of x. Sorted of x means ascending. The ascending, if you are reversing it. And I just want the so please be in mute. Okay, sorted of x arranges in ascending order. The ascending order, if you reverse it, you will get that output in descending, right? Reverse. Shivaji Kokane, please be in mute. Okay, sorted of x means in ascending. The ascending, if you reverse it, reverse equal to true, you will get in descending, right? Yes, sorted of x in ascending. That ascending, if you are reversing it, you will get in descending, right? Yes. Run module. You will get in descending order, right? Yes. Okay, so in this way we have got many built-in functionalities, right, for performing the operations. So they look like normal English statements, not as complex, right? And if even not only this, any module you take, I'll just provide you some examples, right? Some sample snippets, right? So generally, Python has got a great boom because of this modules or modular programming, which you are not able to see in other programmings. What is a module? What a module consists? A small example, right? By taking an example of a commonly used module. So any module in Python, right? If you want, first we need to import that module. Import math module. There is a module called math. I want to check what is present within this math module, dir. I want to check the directory of math. It is going to display all the directory of math module. Run module, check it. It will display the directory of math. So this is all like the log, reminder, sin h, square root, tan h, tau, power function, right? Square root. So for example, okay, there are some variables also, inbuilt variables, like pi is a variable, e is a variable, right? E is a variable, pi is a variable, right? Yes. Okay. I want to print within the math module. There is a variable called pi. I want to know the value. Similarly, within the math module, there is a variable like e, math dot e. Yes, installation, the versions, everything will be discussed in the tomorrow session, right? Kiran, the Python software foundation, Python versions, Python installations, right? I'll be discussing in the tomorrow session. Still, it is not yet done. Just I was briefing you about Python, right? Math.py and math.e, right? So just printing these values. Just I am showing you sample snippets or examples of Python, how this Python statements looks. Just observe two things here. How this Python statements and the importance of modules. See here 3.14 pi value, 2.71 e value. But if you observe carefully, right, if there are some built-in functionalities available, if there are built-in functions like square root function, right? The square root is one function. Pi is one function. Pi, sorry, square root. So if square root is a function, see here, yes, square root, I doesn't know how to work with square root. I think that there are thousands of modules in Python. If you open any module, there'll be many properties or functions. If you doesn't know how to work with that, Python is going to provide you help, right? There is a help function in Python to provide the syntax of a particular functionality in Python, right? For example, you don't know how to use square root, just say help. Just like print function, you got help function, right? Help, HELP. On what? Within the math module, there is a functionality called square root, right? Yes. Run module, check it. What it will provide the format, general syntax of it. Yes, help on built-in function square root in the module math. Square root expecting a value x. It is expecting a value x and returns the square root of x. Returns the square root of x. So now you got, we are supposed to provide one value and it returns the square root of that value. Just let us provide one value here, right? Print math dot We have got square root. We are supposed to provide one value, 16. Square root of 16, it returns 4. Similarly, if you see, go through any of other functions like POW is there. You don't know how to use this power function, right? Again, say help on POW, math.pow function, right? So in this way, you can dig into it. You can just see the syntaxes of it. Run module, right? Yes. Math.here. Help on built-in function power in the module math. Help on built-in function power in the module math. Power function expecting two values x comma y. It is expecting two values x comma y. It returns x to the power of y. See, this is what is double star. It is seeing clearly, right? X to the power of y. Okay. Print math dot pow 10 comma 3 x comma y means 10 comma 3, 10 to the power of 3. Now it is asking to provide two values, right? Now you have provided two values. Now check it what output it is providing. 10 to the power of 3, it's 1000, right? So in this way you can just take the help of any functionality and you can perform it, right? Not only this, any other module, right? And I can provide one more example, right? Yes, generating graphs is very simple in Python. Okay, observe this. Generating graph in Python, just check how simple we can. You doesn't have any knowledge in Python, you can just observe this. You can easily understandable what I am performing, right? Import one more module for generating graphs, right? Matplotlib. Just I'm showing you some examples in coding of Python, how they look. There's a module called matplotlib for plottings, right? Within that we have got a property pyplot. We can, instead of using this very big name every time in your program code, I can use shortcut name or alias name as right? PLT as P, you can say PLT, any name you can say is the shortcut name as PLT, matplotlib.pyplot as PLT you can say, or P you can say, right? Okay, PLT dot plot. Okay, using that plot. To plot, you require two things: x coordinate values and y coordinates values, right? 1, 2, 3. Some values. Y coordinate values are 5, 7, 4. That's it. PLT dot show. Save it. Check this, right? Yes. You can just execute, say importing the module, plot x coordinate values, y coordinates values, show. You can see, right, a graph got generated in this way. Okay, see this plot, right? For 1, y coordinate is 5. For 2, it's 7. For 3, it's 4, right? Yes. Just a small example, right? Age values are given 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years. Just observe these codings of Python and this importance of modules. For 30 years, assume the salary is 30,000. For 40 years, assume it's 40,000. For 50 years, it's 35,000. For 60, it is 50,000. So these are the salary values. Yes, yes. Yeah, Jennifer, right? Yes. We need to install this matplotlib. Directly we cannot work. So here, these are the age values. These are the salary values. Now just to plot a graph, right? Yes, you will get a graph based on this age and salaries. So observe here for 30 years. 30,000. For 40, it is 40,000. For 50, 35,000. For 60, it is 50,000. So it's very simple, right? You got a solid graph in blue color, but I want some dotted kind, right? Just say comma here. Just to keep comma here and just say hyphen hyphen. That's it. And say in dotted line format. Run module. You will get in hyphen see dotted format. The color is blue. I doesn't want blue. I want red color. Means can just keep one more comma here after this and say red color equal to red color. Run module. Observe the statements. Red color, right? Yes. But here x-axis I want some name, y-axis I want was some heading title, right? See, just instead of writing the big name, I can say plt.x label, plt.x label, age, plt.y-axis label, y label I say. These are built-in properties, right? Salary. And title, plt.title sample graph, right? In this way, observe in these 5 statements, do you see any complex statements here? Plotting x and y coordinates with the names, their ages and the salaries. X-axis label age, y-axis label salary, title sample graph with some color red. Okay, if it doesn't want these colors, just remove it. Run module, right? In this way. Thirty years, 30,000, 40,000. So you can see this x coordinate, x-axis label age, y-axis salary, title sample graph, right? In this way, very simple generating graphs in Python. So here, if I say plot, normal graph you will get. If I say instead of plot, bar graph will be HIST. Instead of this plot, if I say HIST, histogram. Instead of plot, if I say PIE, pie graph. And scatter plot, stack plot, right? In this way, generating graph, I was just showing you an example, right? Fine. So what is the course content I'm going to discuss as part of this, right? Just observe this. So before that, right? So just in the last class also I was showing you the scope of Python, right? If you just open Google and check. Popular coding language from last, if you see from last 3 years. So can you see here JavaScript and Python, 2 of the most popular languages, they are in the high demand. So most startups use Python-based backend frameworks such as Django Python, Flask Python, right? This language considered to be the best programming language to learn for the beginners. Most programming. So if you see more images for this, right? Yes. Top 10 programming languages we see from last 2 3 years. Top popular programming languages. Python stands first, JavaScript and the other things, right? The most popular programming language. Python stands first with most usage. Python remains the most popular programming. See that usage wise. Most popular programming language used by top 25 unicorns. Python first, next comes Java. If you see the ranking wise, right, Python stands as the number one ranked. Next comes Java, C, other programmings, right? Yes. The usage of Python in the industry, right? A big circle can see 31%. Java is 19%. C++ 9, Ruby, things, right? Yes. Ranking by average salary and ranking by job openings also. Python stands first because the Python has got many usage today, means use cases. Many varieties of applications can be developed in different areas. So you can just Google and check Python jobs. Lot of jobs for Python for freshers and experienced. So as part of the course, we'll be discussing in brief, in depth about all these topics. So you will get great command at the end of this course. And see if you see the course content for this. Python starting with the basics, Python operations, operators in Python. Python IDs, real time, we use different IDs like Anaconda distributions, Anaconda navigator, prompt, Jupyter notebook, Spider, Eclipse, NetBeans, Atom, VS Code. All this I'm going to show you, right? How to download, how to install, and how to execute the code.
So what about Visual Studio Code, sir? Because most of the people use Visual Studio.
Yes, VS Code I said, right? Atom, VS Code, PyCharm, Eclipse, Jupyter, Spider, all this I'm going to show you. Flow control statements, looping statements, strings, indexing, slicing, string functions, string methods, string special characters, collections in Python, Python lists, tuples, Python list indexing, list slicing, list functions, list methods, list addresses, nested lists, modifying list, Python tuples, Python sets, Python dictionaries, functions in Python, different types of arguments, functions in Python, properties, default, non-default, keyword, non-keyword, arbitrary or variable length arguments.
Sir, is there any specific topics with respect to the DevOps engineer, any automation tasks are we discussing?
One second. So here, yes. So here, local and global variables, types of functions, lambda function, filter function, map function, reduce function. Modules in Python, different, what is a module, how to import it, normal import, from import, reloading a module, and import statement, working with different types of models. I'm going to show you different models related to different domains, right? Some models related to databases, some related to data science, some related to graphics, some related to operating system, some related to datetime, and some related to regular expressions, some related to multi-threading, multitasking, how to create our own modules. So some models related to data science, some related to big data, some related to graphics, some related to operating systems, some related to databases, some related to generating plottings and graphs, some related to regular expressions. So these things I'll be discussing. Apart from that, how to create our own modules in Python. Packages in Python, errors and exceptions, file handling, object-oriented programming features in brief, right? regular expressions, database connectivity, installing database. I'll be showing you before I go, and working with different SQL operations, datetime module, OS module, advanced concepts like iterator, generator, closures, decorators, web scraping, working with CSV, XML, JSON, GUI programming, Excel workbook, data analytics, direction to data science, Pandas and Python, NumPy, and Matplotlib. Apart from this, if anybody who go for Django framework, right? Not only Python, if you prefer Django framework and UI technologies will be discussed freely, HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, and JavaScript for nearly 10 days, right? So Django, like if you go to this introduction, frameworks, Django installation, project architecture, applications, creations, views, templates, Django admin, Django models, advanced concepts like ORM, right? And UI technologies, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, and MySQL, right? So if you got any queries, you can just go with your queries now, right? Yes. Tomorrow also, if people can attend the session to see more. Tomorrow I'll be going with the fundamentals of Python. So from tomorrow, the batch is going to start, right? Yes.
Sir, will you send the recorded videos?
Yeah, you will be getting the record. Every session is video recorded. You will be getting the recorded videos.
So today's videos also you will get, sir?
Yeah, today's video you will be getting, right? You can okay. Tomorrow, okay. You can check this today's video, right? You will be given to your mail ID, right?
Okay.
You will be getting a link of this,
Okay.
and you can just click that link and just view the video, right? Yes. You can check your mail IDs, right? Everyone, you will be getting the video link of today's class. Click it and get.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Yeah.
After completion of course in advanced Python, do we have a full stack?
Total, yes. All the full stack topics are covered, right? HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript. Not in overview of all this. In everything in brief, it will be discussed. And Django framework and REST APIs, right?
Okay, for that, do we have any other sessions like more days or months?
So, okay, and let me make it clear, right? So observe. Python, Python core, Python advanced, and Python application oriented modules. So nearly like 70 hours. It will be for 70 hours. 2 months, the 2 months of duration, 2 months to 2.5 months. So duration in brief, we'll be discussing about all this Python topics, 30 topics I said, right? Everything in brief. So I was just briefing you about this, right? Collections in Python, Python list, tuple sets, errors. So some models related to different domains, right? Operating system, graphics, Excel, data analytics, reduction to data science, some models related to data science like Pandas in brief, NumPy, numerical Python, Matplotlib, plottings, right? In brief, right? Will be discussed. So, and apart from this, who choose like web development, right? Django and UI both combinedly, right? With UI includes HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, and JavaScript. Okay, so that the fee structure for this Python is just 5K. It's an offer one, right? And for this, all this Django, REST APIs, and this UI, all this, it's a 5K.
Sir, Python supports backend?
Python.
Support backend?
So here, okay, 1 second. So here, MVT architecture we are going to follow, right? MVT in Java, MVC architecture, model view controller. Model view templates. Models means databases. Views, Python views, class-based views, functional-based views, and templates. Interaction. So templates means we'll be by using this HTML, CSS. We'll be creating web pages. So web pages here, Python in the middle, databases. So the interaction between this, right? Web page and the database. Interactive web applications creations. Sania, please be in. So interaction between this web page and database through Python, right? We require a language like Python to interact. If any form submitting you, that will be stored in the database. If you're submitting any form, or if you want to retrieve any data from this database, right, and displaying on the browser, Python, right? So Python interaction with the database and the web pages, right? Everything 20 plus applications I'll be discussing, right? 20 plus applications. So for this the Django applications, right? Application 1, 2, 3, right? All that will be, you will be doing parallelly along with me, right? For each and every statement, right? For applications creations. So if you just observe previous batches, right? Yes. Django weekend and weekday batches, right? Django apps creations, if you observe, right? So in this way, my project 1, project 2, 3, 4, like in this way, 20 plus apps creations in step by step, right? Yes. If you take anything, any folder, Django project, and if you see this notes, clear notes, right? So if you see anything like student application, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6, step 7, step 8. In this way, steps will be in a step wise. I'll be providing you, right? How to start the server browser, how to give request in the browser, how to provide that request view function, how to write the view functions. So this everything we don't need to write, everything available, pre-available in this. So everything clear notes, recordings you'll be getting, right? Yeah, any more queries, right?
Sir, one more question. Actually, we are using AWS in our current project where I need to have some knowledge on Jupyter Labs. So, is it helpful for that?
So we'll yes, I'll be discussing, right? Anaconda distributions, Jupyter and Spider.
Okay,
Both
okay.
ideas, how to download and how to install, how to work on this.
Yes,
I'm going
I
to
do
show you.
have also the same questions, sir, like how to deal with the AWS.
So I'm going to show you on 5 IDs, right? So different environments use different IDs, right? For data science, like Jupyter, Spider. For big data, also Spider, Jupyter is preferred. For typical web applications, PyCharm, Atom, VS Code, they are preferred. So nearly some 5 IDs I'll be showing you how to work with, right?
Okay. Okay. How many days it will take for me to go through the so to get that from you?
Yes, yes. So immediately after, so every week I'll be showing you on one ID, right?
Okay. Okay. Thank you. That's all from my end.
Okay. So people from AWS DevOps backend, we will be having some. See, if you go to that last round, will be on Python script round, Python scripting round, right? You need to have what is the knowledge they will test you in Python, writing this Python statements, and also separate module. Also, you can dig into that and you can check, right? Both 2, 3 module is available for that. Not only that, for any other like the big data side, data science, we have got Python providing many modules. You can just explore it by taking the help and check each and every functionality within that, right? Yes. Yeah. Any more?
Same, like most of the thing, like in DevOps area, we will monitor the servers, right, sir?
Hmm.
Can we do that, sir?
So we will see, we won't be entering into the other domains, right? But how these modules and how to write this, how to get help on a particular model. But some modules and with specific domain related modules I'm discussing, some data science, some big data, some OS related, graphic related, database related things I'm discussing, but not So Python used in different areas, right? Networking, testing,
Yes.
that's all this, but I cannot discuss all those, but only like some category as I was showing you the course content, right? Apart from that, how to create our own models and how to get help and how to tomorrow, once you get the knowledge on modules and how to see, for all this you need to have the knowledge in Python for using a module,
Yes, sir.
how to use a model, how to import, normal import, from import, renaming, reloading, and how to get help, and how can I write my own model, if any. It's all you will be learning within this. Once you get, tomorrow we can explore any domain specific modules, right?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
The actual class starts from.
Tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
And one more thing I want to make it clear, right, before that batch starts, right? As I said in that session, now also I'm saying the same. For the next, for the 10 days, right, it goes at 6 p.m. Later, this batch timing, as most of the students request, will be at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. in the evening, right? So as of now, for the 10 days, first 10 days, right? Now from tomorrow onwards, first 1 week, 10 days, it goes at 6 p.m. in the evening. Later, it will be at 8 p.m. for to make it possible for all the college students and job holders, right? So it's a flexible timing at 8 p.m. It will be at 8 p.m. later.
Sir, already one 8 p.m. batch started, right, sir? That's why we chose 6 o'clock.
So that's fine. So this is what for the first 1 week, 10 days, it goes at that time and later. So I'm just making it clear.
Okay, sir.
So why? Because there are many requests from the students, right? Based on that. So we are going with that. So, okay, any more queries, right?
Sir,
Yes.
what about the WhatsApp group?
Well, once everyone got enrolled, right? So first tomorrow and day after tomorrow also, if people can attend the session to see more on this. So after 3 days, the link will be changed, right? After 2 days, the link will be changed, and those who got enrolled with this course will be getting that link. So at the same time, WhatsApp group will be created for the students who got enrolled, and the clear day by day, every day notes you will be getting, and the videos you will be getting, right? Even now you will be getting today's and tomorrow's, right, videos, but once after 2 days, that everything, the process will go, right? It's creating a WhatsApp group for the interaction, directly interaction with me, notes day on daily basis, videos on daily basis. Yes, fine. So the payment process and details, even you can see in the chart panel posted by the online team. So if you have got any details, even they have provided contact details. So it's an offer batch. The Python fee is 5K, and for all this full stack means for Django, UI technologies, the other things, it's 5K. Fine. So if I'm done with the queries, right?
Sir, how many projects?
Pardon?
How many projects?
So at the last, at the end, see, I'll be discussing 20 applications as well. So after one project at the last. Fine. Applications means 20 I'll be discussing, and finally one project. Fine. So JavaScript also, right? If you check, so the previous, if you just check this, we will be going in brief of this JavaScript also, right? So just observe this. JavaScript. We'll be discussing in brief. So, okay. Not an overview. Yeah, fine. Any more queries, anyone? So if I'm done with the queries, right, I will just stop here for today and
Yeah, sir. Is there any project for Python for the people who has opted only for Python?
See, generally, okay. So there are two categories of people who learn Python, right? First category of people. So here, let me make it clear. There, 1 second. For Python, two categories. First category, First category means their career won't be in Python, data science or big data or AWS or DevOps or IoT or robotics, right? So they will be learning Python for implementing this in different high-end technologies they'll be using in DS, total implementation, big data, AWS, DevOps, IoT. Second category of people who wants to have career in Python itself, who wants to have a career in Python. Those people, they need to go one step forward and just update with Django, where the project creations, applications creations, everything we'll see in the Django, right? How a project and applications steps, everything you'll be seeing with MVT architecture, right? So those who wants to go for Python career, you need to go with this. And those I won't recommend to go with Django for those who go for data science, big data, AWS, DevOps. No need of Django for those people who go for AWS, DevOps, big data, data science. But people who wants to have a career in Python as a fresher or experience, Django compulsory. Means the creation of project steps, everything you'll be learning there, right? Fine. So here you will be getting a project. You'll be getting a project, right? In brief, I'll be discussing step by step from first to last, end to end. And but here people who go for this, they will have projects on their domains, data science, big data, their domains, right?
So can you guide the specific domain related project, or we need to take care ourselves?
Domain related means already you need to have the domain knowledge.
Yeah. Like suppose if I want to do a project in AWS or big data or data science, so at least can I? Is there any guidance from the team?
So if you are updating with the data, so if data science, big data, if you're going right, they'll be in that data science course, they'll be giving full knowledge on it, big data, they will be, but here we'll be not discussing any of those concepts, right? Big data or data science.
Sir,
And
just
if Python project, pure Python project, I can provide.
yeah.
Pure applications and projects I can provide, but these things you need to have a lot of knowledge on that.
Okay.
Even I'll be discussing like big data technologies, right? So recently I started a batch like PySpark,
Okay.
Spark with Python implementation, right? Spark with Python implementation. And if anybody are interested for PySpark or big data, Hadoop and Spark. Right?
Fine, sir.
Yeah, any more queries? So, okay, so I'm stopping here. We'll continue tomorrow at 6 p.m. More discussion on this Python. So from tomorrow, we'll be starting with the fundamentals. So I'm stopping here. We'll continue tomorrow. Thank you all for your time. Thank you.
Thank you.